Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens, and I'm alongside Jay Plyburn on this Friday.
Happy Good Friday.
Happy Good Friday indeed. It is Good Friday.
It was a nicer start to the day, my personal opinion, because it was warmer this morning.
Not bad this morning. I mean, we were about as nicer this afternoon. This morning, believe it or not, that was the high temperature a few days ago. So
right, yeah,
not bad.
It was. We went back into the cold winter-like weather there for a minute, and I was getting a little nervous. But this morning it felt nice to walk outside.
Yeah, and I got good news for you. It's going to continue even after the rain comes in this weekend. We keep the warm weather, so right now doesn't look like we're going back, at least not in the next 7 days.
Good. We're getting closer to May, so I feel like just keep going that direction.
Yeah, keep going in the right direction. But we want to get you started off with the right direction on your forecast as we head into this Easter weekend. We're going to be feeling like summer this afternoon. We're looking at near to low 80-degree temperatures across central Ohio. It will be windy, though. Wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour this afternoon. Rain and storms, they come in for Easter weekend, but it's not going to be a complete washout. So don't cancel plans. Just be ready to adapt and be ready to head outside when the weather cooperates best, because we will be dodging scattered showers and storms as we head throughout the weekend. We started things off cloudy across the region on Friday, but the clouds were breaking as we headed into the afternoon, and we'll see more sunshine as the day progresses. The lows this morning weren't nearly as bad as they were yesterday. In fact, only in the low to mid 50s for many spots. We didn't drop below 57 in Columbus. Coldest spots out there were Athens and Cambridge. You guys were down in the low 40s this morning, but all of us will warm nicely into the upper 70s, if not low 80s by this afternoon. Here's a look at where things go for about 4 o'clock. That's kind of where we're thinking the peak of the day temperature-wise will be. About 81 going to be your high here in central Ohio. Notice that it will be windy. We'll see the sunshine out there, but the winds will be another concern that we keep an eye on throughout the afternoon. In fact, it's probably going to send the trash can over into the neighbor's yard. We kind of put that wind meter there with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Quite a blustery afternoon, and it's going to stay pretty windy as we head through the next few days. Tonight, winds still gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. They'll also continue that way as we head through the day tomorrow. So get ready for that windy forecast. We'll break it down through the afternoon. Winds start to get up into the 30 to 40 mile per hour range as we head through later today. Keep in mind, this is the gust speed. It's not going to be continuously 30 to 40 miles per hour, but when we hit those peaks, this is what we can expect to see through later today. Those winds will back down some as we head through tonight, but again, we'll stay about 25 miles per hour for some of those peak gusts as we head into the weekend. So not quite as windy after we get past sundown, but still pretty breezy as we head through tonight. So again, we're keeping that as a weather impact for today. Hold on, or you'll be blowing and rolling like our little friend here. You don't want to be out there, taking lunch outside, taking dinner outside, or even just playing with the kid, and you let something go and it's down the road. That'll be that guy there. As far as what we can expect heading into the weekend, well, we got to keep our eyes on storms. There's severe weather early on the day Friday up to the north, but this system as a whole will start to push our way as we head into tomorrow, and that could bring us our own chance for storms. So I want to walk you through the next 48 hours, hour by hour. We'll start this afternoon with a few clouds start to increase, become more numerous as we head into the evening. Not really expecting any rain chance, though. We stay dry as we head into tonight, really even past midnight, staying dry. Once we get to, say, midnight, 1 a.m., could we rule out a stray sprinkle somewhere in central Ohio? Not necessarily, but we're, for the most part, not dealing with anything meaningful at this point. As we head closer to sunrise Saturday, rain and storms from the west start to knock on our door. This is 8 a.m. We're seeing those showers and storms enter our western counties. They will push closer to us as we head toward 9, 10 o'clock. You can see a pretty good line of thunderstorms coming through here in the early part of the day Saturday. There's a small risk that we could see some severe weather over the weekend, but I want to stress that it's small. Every risk factor is in the low category, but if we do see something, it's probably going to be wind and hail related as we head through the day. That line of storms pushes through the metro as we head toward the midday and then starts to exit as we work our way close to the afternoon. It's not the only round, though. We have to dodge storms all day long, so Saturday, probably the worst day out of the next 3 because it has the highest chance for rain. We're dodging those showers and storms as we head into the afternoon. Again, small risk. A few of them could be gusty, but that chance is small. We're still not done with that risk for a few showers, maybe a thunderstorm as we head into tonight, the night of Saturday. So keep that in mind. Again, not going to be raining everywhere all the time, so there will be dry time to get out and enjoy. Let's talk Easter now. What we're looking at is a lot of cloud cover, especially early, and the chance for scattered showers. But notice this, that's through noon. You did not see much green there on the hour by hour because we have really backed down the rain chances for the second half of the weekend. It doesn't really mean it's going to be sunny. It's not going to be the most picturesque day out there, but it should at least have plenty of dry time in between scattered showers. You can see some activity there pick up in the afternoon, but most of it travels to the north. So we've really pushed down those rain chances for Easter. So I think there's going to be time to get outside and enjoy. You can hit those egg hunts without too much of a problem. Here's your 10 weather impact 7-day forecast. Again, through this afternoon, our temperatures nicely into the 80s. Make sure you enjoy this one because definitely the pick of your Easter weekend is this afternoon. For Saturday, that small risk for storms just can't totally rule it out of the picture. What we're looking at is about a low category, level 1 out of 5. That'll cover most of central Ohio with, again, wind and hail being our concern. Maybe a little bit of ponding water if we get some heavy rainfall pushing through. But again, this is a low confidence, low risk event. So I don't want you to be thinking that we're going to see any kind of big round of severe weather as we head through this weekend, just not in the cards. As we move into Easter, again, we have that rain icon on, but notice we have the sunshine creeping out there as well because this, like we showed you earlier, not going to be all day rainfall. This is just the chance for rainfall more or less at any point during the day, but it's scattered in nature. It's lighter in nature. You'll have time to get outside and enjoy your holiday. You just need to make sure you have the 10 TV app on your phone. Check the radar before you head outside. That way you don't step out at the exact wrong time and a shower comes through. We wrap up showers and storms again on Monday. Temperatures staying in the 70s. We will push those temperatures really not much up or down. Even after the rain exits, we get back to quiet weather next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we actually stay on the above side of normal for once. We're used to systems this time of the year knocking our temperatures back, Jay. This time, not the case. We actually get to keep that warm weather.
Which means we might be able to put the winter clothing away.
You're playing a dangerous game saying
that. I know. I'm probably not going to yet because fool me once. Yeah. Don't fool me again.
I was gonna say we got a lot of what we call fake springs in there. We got false spring, fool's spring, faux spring.
We've seen it. We've seen it. Yeah. So
I think we got probably at least one more blast of cold weather sometime between now and mid-May.
Oh,
but we're getting less and less likely, so that's good.
Well, this is a good-looking week ahead, at least.
Yeah, good-looking week, absolutely. And, you know, Jay, while we have some storms in our forecast this weekend, thankfully we aren't expecting that big chance for severe weather, but that wasn't the case out in the plains. This is what it looked like after huge hailstones. Look at that damage. Broke out the windshield in Fremont, Nebraska.
Oh, my gosh.
That is a lot of damage. That is just outside of Omaha last night. Hail smashed through windows at a motel. Owners quickly threw up plywood to prevent more damage, but those cars out there, that's going to be expensive.
They took a hit, yeah.
Yeah, they lost windows, hoods, dimpled the side mirrors, smashed up just about everything, including an old-time metal diner. That thing got smashed too. To make matters worse, the owners of some houses in the area said that the siding was actually stripped off of their homes as that damage came through. You can see that video there. That is nasty stuff with that hail. But with more on the damage out to our west, here's WOWT reporter Mike McKnight.
The golf ball-sized hail pounded the area. Then came the twister that Josh Havron saw passing close by.
It was twisting around right there, full of dirt, just like you see in the movies. Yeah, I ran down and just stood in the mechanical room for a minute, and when the ears got done popping, I knew it was done.
The tornado just missed the Airbnb he's renting, but the building next to it has been destroyed. Inside was a pickup and a home-based Amazon business packed full of merchandise that Kathy Peterson sells online.
This is what I did for the last 10 years, is build it all the way up to, and I don't think much of it is salvageable, so.
Kathy and her husband Mark own both houses on either side of the destroyed business. Neither home seemed to suffer severe damage, but a neighbor a mile west lost their house. The roof is completely gone. Fire crews warn of down lines, and you can see the path of the tornado. No reports of injuries, and the Petersons' dog rode out the storm on a deck just yards from the passing tornado.
I was in a bit of a panic because my dog, like I said, my dog was outside on the porch, and she lived through it. How is a blessing.
Ironically, Josh is renting the house while working for a damage restoration company from Minnesota. Little did he know he would be left with work to do so close to where he's living. Near 70th and Omaha Trace Road, Mike McKnight, First Alert 6.
And from the storms now to some environment news. How do you feel about cicadas, Jay?
Not a huge fan.
Yeah, they're kind of noisy. Another invasion is about to hit parts of the country heading into the spring, and that could include parts of Ohio. The second largest periodical cicada breed that is expected to emerge this spring in about a dozen states in the eastern U.S., and again, including portions of Ohio, especially the further south in the state you go. This is brood 14. They come out every 17 years or so, and the last time was 2008. Billions of bugs will start to come out of the ground when soil temperatures reach 64 degrees, which with our warm forecast could be happening here in the next couple of weeks. Cicadas are known for that loud buzzing noise that they make while looking for a mate. It's going to be kind of an interesting few weeks there once those guys come out into the environment, but yeah, definitely going to be noisy. For more environmental news, though, we turn now to CBS News Climate Watch.
We're keeping an eye on the climate. Here's what you need to know. President Donald Trump has signed 4 new executive orders to boost the U.S. coal industry. The orders direct federal agencies to increase coal leasing, mining, and exports. But energy experts say a full coal comeback is unlikely as natural gas and renewables continue to outcompete coal on cost. And renewables overtook coal in power generation for the first time in 2024. A new global report finds low-carbon sources like wind, solar, hydro, and nuclear provided 41% of the world's electricity in 2024. Solar saw record installations, and for the first time, wind and solar together outpaced hydro. But fossil fuel use still increased slightly, mostly driven by higher demand during periods of extreme heat. And finally, the Arbor Day Foundation's new canopy report makes it clear Americans love their trees. Around 90% say trees and green spaces improve quality of life, and 73% wish their neighborhood had more trees. In fact, 63% even said they would support a tree tax or a fine for cutting down healthy trees on private property. That's your Climate Watch. For the latest on climate and environmental news, go to cbsnews.com and follow us on Instagram at CBS News Planet. I'm Jesse Mitchell in New York.
And finally today, let's check out some new video into us here at 10 TV. Colorful auroras could be visible over parts of the northern U.S. on Wednesday. That's when increased solar activity caused those auroras to dance over the poles. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration recommends using their center's Aurora dashboard to find out when you could see those near you, or of course you could watch us here at 10 TV. We'll let you know that too. If colorful displays don't seem apparent to the naked eye, try your camera. They usually have a better chance of picking them up.
Yeah, that's what I learned last year when they were visible to a good portion of the U.S. I couldn't see them with the naked eye, but throw the camera up there and do that night mode.
Oh, the night mode?
Good shots.
If you got stable hands and you can hold it for about 5-10 seconds, you will blow your friends away. They will think you saw the best aurora in the world.
Just the technology in your hand.
You don't got to tell them it didn't look like that in person. But I mean, I've seen a couple of them here in Ohio. One of them I could actually see on the horizon very faintly.
Really?
But the camera though, that's the trick.
It picks up the colors.
Absolutely. And speaking of, well, a trick, I guess, of more of a nasty trick for a raccoon. It was stuck in a sewer grate out in Massachusetts, but he's, well, free now and presumably looking for scraps. This was Monday when a man noticed the animal trapped and alerted police, who removed the storm drain's cover, but he was still stuck, so they used some laundry pods to lubricate the animal's head and set him free. That's just there he is. He's cuddled up in the blanket.
Smelled pretty good after that, too.
At the end. He's living his best life in that blanket. Look, he doesn't want to leave. That's a little sad photo, though.
Holyoke.
Holyoke, Massachusetts.
Wow, that's a fun word.
I saw this photo floating around the internet earlier, the one with him stuck, and you just kind of felt bad for him. But now at the end, he's getting spoiled.
He's getting spoiled now.
Getting spoiled. Get those scraps.
Get in the bath too. Looks like.
Absolutely. You know, he smells fresh now. Smells like Tide Pods. He's ready for spring, and well, hopefully you're ready for spring too, because we certainly have that weather on the way as we head into this weekend. And while this is the end of our show here on 10 TV Plus, you can join us later tonight at 6 o'clock. Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz, he'll be back to talk more about that Easter weekend forecast. Until then, you can find more news and weather online, 10tv.com. Have a great afternoon.